Absolutely. The turnovers, just real sloppy with the ball and didn't finish a couple times at the rim and have the exact numbers. But, at one point I looked up and in the second half and, with 6 minutes to go, they had 47 points. And so they scored 18 points in the last 6 minutes, and they scored 15, in the first 14 minutes. So that we were guarding, taking away easy baskets, and then we just let them go on a run. We turnovers and, should have taken it at the rim. Rivaldo a couple times should have taken it at the rim. And so, yeah, it definitely puts a damper on it. And, first game we won, turned the ball over that much. So that's a big concern.
What did change at halftime defensively?
Yeah, no, the three we gave up on the inbounds play, was the only basket they scored for a long time. We just not ready to play and gave up a wide open three. But no, I thought our energy was good. We were flying around, knew where guys were. That definitely was where we got our separation. But again, you're up 17 with 8, 9 minutes to go. You got to take care of the ball.
Rigsby had a nice game. The kind of scoring ability that you've been talking about when it comes to him?
Well, we have seen some of that in practice, and especially like Canada and, before he got hurt. But then you take 5 weeks off with a, high ankle sprain. You don't run, you don't get game shots, you don't practice. You're going to fall behind. And, he's had some pretty good looks in the previous 3 games, but not like a light switch. You just don't come back and, again, we do practice for a reason, and they are kind of important. So, he started practice around December 1st, or a little before that, right after we got back from the tournament in Portland. And so, he hasn't been going very long. Today's 14th. I mean, I would say, full go 2 weeks, So that's, pretty good turnaround considering that, he was out for 4 or 5.
You mentioned good things happen when you get the ball down low to Dante. What do you just think of the overall offense and just his ability to score and pass out of the post?
Well, I thought he did a really good job. Just looking here, he had, 1 turnover, which was that travel, and I thought he got bumped pretty good on that. So I thought he fought the double teams really good. 1 turnover. I thought he fought it pretty good, for as much attention as he got. I think that's as poor as he shot it from the field, 5 for 10. We usually see him 60 to 70%. But no, I thought he did a good job.
Game at halftime was a closer one, but you guys had time to go into the locker room, kind of situate and come out strong then, especially defensively, like we mentioned. But just how do you make that kind of adjustment when you are letting up later in that second half, towards the end of the game, kind of letting them get back in it? How do you use that time that you had in the locker room, like while you're on the court?
Well, the game, ebbs and flows of the game that you don't know how the guys will respond to. But I thought we had some opportunities to keep our foot on the gas there, and we just missed some shots. Waldo had some really good looks that he didn't hit, and Quincy at the rim. We just had some shots, but they were scoring every time. I'm gonna have to look at the film to see in that last 5, 6 minutes, the number of possessions they had and how many scores they had. Because, like I said, the first 14, 15 minutes of the half, they get 15 points, and the last they get 17, 18 points. So they were just scoring at a lot higher rate, and with our turnovers and just some missed shots, they came back on us.
Yeah, that was one of the smaller crowds here in a long, long time. And I know it's a Wednesday, midweek, students are home, but we're not in a cow town either. So what can be done to cultivate and draw more interest and get more life, because you talk about late in the game. I mean, crowd could be a factor.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it was a little dead in there tonight, and you know, I don't know, James. You know, I don't know what the answer is. You know, the students do make a difference, but you know, 4,700. I just did the radio, and they said, you know, our guys are battling. You know, our record's not what we want it to be. You know, I've been here a long time. They're tired of me. You know, so you know, I don't know what the factors are. You know, I am not the most inspiring guy. You know, so I do understand that. But you know, I got to worry about my team. You know, I you know, want them to do good, but no, I again appreciate the 4,700 that came. You know, I appreciate the people who support us and stay with us. And you know, I know our record's not what it should be or what we want it to be. We're just going to have to grind it out, you know, and hopefully get some people back. You see what a big lift Brennan has given us. You know, getting one guy back. You know, so Luke's gotten back and given us some good minutes. You know, he was out for a long time. So, you know, hopefully sooner than later, you know, we get Jermaine back and Keyshawn and Nate, you know, Ethan, who hadn't practiced at all. So, you know, when they do come back, you know, it's going to create problems, you know, trying to work them in, because when you got a knee, a foot, you know, you're not running, you know, you're not shooting, you're not, you know. So those, it's like Brennan's high ankle sprain. They just take longer. You know, if it's a wrist or a hand, you know, you can run the heck out of them and make them do defensive slides and keep them in basketball shape. But with feet and knees, it's a much harder and much longer recovery. You know, and Brennan's fought it pretty good, but you see it's taken him a while to kind of get a feel.
We've talked a lot about just the injuries, and that definitely is probably leading into what your record looks like right now, but how are the players that are healthy kind of handling it? How would you grade that?
No, they're doing, you know, like I said, Will's been phenomenal, you know, getting the guys to play. And you know, we got 8 scholarship athletes and we got 3 walk-ons who have done a great job for us and practice every day. I mean, if we wouldn't have those 3 guys, you know, we couldn't even practice, you know. And a couple other guys that we added, you know, just to give us some more offensive reps. They get on the defense and help us out. So I got no complaints with the guys, what they're trying to give us, and especially, you know, Will trying to lead us, Quincy's trying to help him, Dante's trying to help him, you know. You got to fight adversity, you know, and there are no excuses. No one cares, you know, and there's no one feeling sorry for us. So we got guys hurt, and so you just got to fight it, you know, and you know, every year's different. Sometimes we've had some injuries at the end of the season that have not helped us, and some in the middle. You always, you know, just know it's going to happen at some point in time. Quincy was in a car wreck. I get a text at I was getting ready to come to the gym at 4:15, 4:30. He was in a car wreck, and I had to go pick him up. So we get to the arena at 5 o'clock, and nothing serious, but, you know, it just, heck, it's one thing after another. They're college guys, you know, and so, but when I got that text, I wasn't, you know, he didn't tell me if he was hurt or not. He just said he was in a car wreck, you know. Don't like hearing that on game day. So, but anyway, you know, those are just things we got to overcome. You know, those are things we got to overcome, and the guys that are playing are doing a good job. They're fighting it, and hopefully here, you know, we just keep building, and we get those guys back, and we can work them in slowly, and get a little better depth, and have some more guard play that we desperately need.